Good evening, friends. Welcome to the program on 7 habits of highly effective people. Thank you for being on time. Today we have with us Madam Uma Bhaskaran from Chennai. She's a motivational speaker, corporate trainer, and she handles programs also on POSH and gender sensitization. She is a student's mentor and practicing counselor, an NLP master practitioner, and vice president from BFSI sector. She's an ex-vice president from BFSI sector. She's got 26 years experience in corporate sector. Currently, she is into training, counseling, motivation speeches, mentoring, and coaching. Her qualifications are as follows. It's a huge list, but what is significant, I'll just take it out. She's got a MSc Physics at SRC Trichy, postgraduate diploma in finance management, Annamalai University, postgraduate diploma in project management, CA, IIB, NCFM, AMFI, MSc Counseling Psychology, postgraduate diploma in clinical psychology, HRM at LIBA, NLP Masters from US, transactional analysis, certification in online career assessment, stress management, TOT, learning disabilities, counseling excellence, cognitive behavioral therapy, and so forth. Some of her notable things are she is certified in Blueprint for Success from Shivkera, live 1 week workshop, and she's also got a certificate of 1 week live program on emerging global leaders at IIM Kolkata. With these few words about Madam Uma Bhaskaran, I hand over the floor to Madam Uma Bhaskaran. Friends, this program is supported by and brought to you by Mile Foundation, an NGO based out of Coimbatore and supported by D2D, Design to Digital, Mr. Vijay, who handles all our online presence and our designing factors. Ma'am, over to you, ma'am.
Okay, good evening, one and all, and thank you, Mr. Jagan, for giving me this opportunity and a wonderful platform to reach out to people on various topics. So the first topic was on work-life balance, and there was very good response and very good feedback. I felt very happy. And today I thought we need to take a different topic. So I chose the 7 habits of highly effective people. So whatever little we felt as inspiring, I thought we need to share with people. That is a purpose of choosing this topic. So let us see the 7 habits. I'm sure many of you would have read this book by Mr. Stephen Covey, and we are going to see the topics definitely given by him, and we are going to look at the different perspectives or how practically we can implement each topic. So before I start, I would like to hear from you all participants if my video audio is clear. Thank you. Thank you, Narayanan sir. I'm able to see a thumbs up. Thank you. Fine. So Sumati ma'am, thank you for being here. Okay. So participants on the screen, I'm able to see only 4 images. Otherwise, I very sincerely acknowledge and thank every participant for sparing your time to be here. And it really gives me a lot of happiness. I'm not able to see the entire list of participants. However, I really feel very happy for your time and for being here. Okay. So this has been organized by Mile Foundation, and many participants have opted for it to be in Tamil and English. So here and there, I will be using Tamil also. So in case there are participants who are not able to understand Tamil, please stop me. I'll be very happy to translate it in English and the other way around also. So what are habits? Before we get into effective habits, so the 7 habits, what are habits? Habit is actually an acquired behavior. So நமக்கு ஒரு பழக்கம், நம்மளா வந்து ஒரு பழக்கம் வந்து ஒரு ரொட்டீன்ல வச்சுக்கிறோம். ஸோ பழக்கம் அப்படிங்கிறது கரெக்டான தமிழ் வார்த்தை ஹேபிட் அப்படின்றதுக்கு சொல்லலாம். ஸோ உண்மைய பயனுள்ள வழக்கங்கள் என்னென்ன நம்ம நிறைய வச்சிருக்கோம். Habits may be good or bad. And here we are going to definitely focus on the good habits, the positive habits. And the best 7 habits as suggested by Mr. Stephen Covey. And so habit is nothing but our acquired behavior. From childhood, we pick up certain habits. Some example, what I can give is some people have the habit of looking both ways on the road while crossing. Okay, maybe they will be crossing from left to right, but they'll keep looking at both the sides. Some have the habit of praying to God soon after waking up. Some have the habit of praying to God before going to bed, and the way we eat or sleep in a particular manner. So we develop habits in every routine in our daily lives. What are effective habits? Naturally, effective habits are those that will help us produce our desired results. Whatever we want to achieve, are our habits helping us to move towards the goal that we want to achieve. So effective habits definitely are those which are successful, which are helpful in taking us towards our goals or whatever we want to accomplish. So about the habit. So habit is common between the knowledge, skills, and desire. So many of the personality assessments are based on this formula. What is knowledge? Knowledge is about what to do and why to do. Desire is the motivation to do, and here also we can say why we should achieve something. And skills are about how to do. So a habit is something in common between the three. So we say if we sow a habit, we reap a character. So our habits become our character. So it's very important for us to focus on our habits. So this is the list, the 7 habits, and he is the man behind the concept, Mr. Stephen Covey. So I was greatly inspired by the 7 habits when I got to know it first. And so in all my sessions, I try to position it somewhere, at least the 7 points or the topics. So how we can interpret? Okay. So in the 7 habits, படிச்சிடுறேன் முதல்ல. First, being proactive. All of us know we have to be active. Proactive என்ன அப்படின்னா ஒவ்வொருத்தருக்கு ஒரு விதமான புரிதல் இருக்கலாம். சிலர் முன்கூட்டியே பிளான் பண்றது அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். மத்தவங்க சொல்றதுக்கு முன்னாடியே நம்ம ஒரு ஆக்ஷன்ல இறங்குறது அப்படின்னு சொல்லலாம். செகண்ட், பிகின் வித் தி எண்ட் இன் மைண்ட். ஸோ நம்ம எங்க போய் ரீச் ஆக போறோம் அப்படின்னே தெரியாம நம்ம ஜேர்னியை ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணா எப்படி இருக்கும் இல்லையா? ஸோ ஜேர்னி வில் பி மோர் கம்ஃபர்டபுள் இஃப் யூ ஆர் கிளியர் அபவுட் த டெஸ்டினேஷன். Third, put first things first. That's about prioritization. எதை எப்ப செய்யணும், எதை முதல்ல செய்யணும், எது நெக்ஸ்ட் செய்யணும் அப்படிங்கறதுல நமக்கு ஒரு தெளிவு இருக்கணும். Fourth, think win-win. Always think that whatever action we do is good for us as well as for the other person, for others around us. So whatever we do, we should keep in mind that it should be a win-win situation, not that only I should win or not that only the other person should win. And fifth, seek first to understand and then to be understood. So if we think many times while we are talking, just give a thought whether we are talking to understand or just to respond, or we are focusing on only communicating our perception, what is in our mind. So மத்தவங்க பேசுறது நம்ம முதல்ல புரிஞ்சுக்க ட்ரை பண்ணணும். And then we should explain our point of view and try to be understood. The sixth one is synergize. Synergize is nothing but doing things together as a team, getting along with people, etc. And finally, the last one and the most important is sharpen the saw. So what we are doing today, and the very purpose of everyone sharing or me sharing this information, when we share what little we know, the conviction gets doubled and our knowledge also gets doubled. So it's very happy always to share knowledge and information, whatever little we know. And similarly, the very purpose of people attending webinars like this, எதுக்காக அட்டென்ட் பண்றாங்க? இதனால யாருக்காவது சர்டிபிகேட் கொடுக்க போறாங்களா? இல்ல எவ்வளவு வெபினார்ஸ் அட்டென்ட் பண்ணாங்கன்னு பிரைஸ் கொடுக்க போறாங்களா? அந்த மாதிரி இல்ல வேற ஏதாவது பெனிஃபிட் இருக்கா அப்படின்னா நிறைய பேர் அதெல்லாம் ஒரு பெனிஃபிட்டும் இல்ல, பட் ஐ வாண்ட் டு லேர்ன் சம்திங் அப்படின்னு நினைச்சு இந்த மாதிரி வெபினார்ஸ் அட்டென்ட் பண்றதே இட்ஸ் an aspect of sharpening the saw, so that when we get back to the routine after the lockdown, we can start working out on things in an improved manner or in a better way. Okay, so a different perspective for the habits. Habit 1, 2, and 3. Habit 1 is being proactive. So it is about my personal vision. I have to be proactive. And the habit 2 is about personal leadership. So it's about leading myself, thinking that I have to be clear on what I want to achieve or where I have to achieve. And third is about managing myself, my time effectively. So it's about putting first things first. Fourth habit is think win-win. So it is about interpersonal relationship. So when I do something or when I do something along with somebody else, I should always focus on the win-win situation. So it's about interpersonal skills. Habit 5, seek first to understand and then to be understood, is about empathetic communication. So we will see that a bit in detail. And habit 6 is finally synergize. So it's about cooperation and working together as a team. Okay, so being proactive is a way of taking control of a fate. So இது என்னுடைய விதி அப்படின்னு சொல்றதுக்கு பதிலா விதியை மதியால் வெல்லலாம் அப்படின்னு நம்ம நம்பலாம். ஒரு எக்ஸாம்பிள், வாட் ஹேப்பன்ஸ் டு அ பாட்டில் ஆஃப் சோடா, ஒரு சோடா ஃபில்லா இருக்கிற ஒரு கேன், அது இல்ல பாட்டில், அதை வந்து நல்லா ஷேக் பண்ணா என்ன ஆகும்? திறந்த உடனே ஸ்பிளாஷ் ஆகும் இல்லையா? இட் வில் burst, it will splash out with force. And similarly, if it's a bottle of water, when we shake it up, what happens? And we open it also, it stays calm, right? So that's the difference between two things when equal force is applied on two aspects. So this is about not being reactive, but to be proactive. So like the bottle, we should be prepared that we will have a lot of challenges to be shaken in life, and be prepared about how we are going to handle the challenges that we will come across. When we try to be proactive, what happens? We choose how to react to things in life. Okay, so when we do a webinar, sometimes there may be technical hitches, how we are going to handle. And like the water bottle, we know that some people may disturb us, still we will be prepared, and how, without getting shaken up, how in a balanced situation we can handle. So this is about circle of influence and circle of concern, which many of us must be knowing. So whatever we know, we can take it as a gentle reminder and an eye opener, or let us try to look at it from this perspective. So for those who do not know this concept, we use this mainly for stress management. Whenever we do not know how to control a situation, or when we are faced with difficulty in a problem, when we have to face a problem, let us think what are in our control and what are not in our control. So the inner circle, if you see, is the circle of influence. It is about the things that we can control. And the outer circle is about the things that we cannot control and hence causes us concern. Am I audible? Is the video clear? Okay, thank you. Okay, so I'm going to share a beautiful example here for this, which recently happened to me. So this picture, if you see, if in a problematic situation or in a stressful situation, if we are going to focus on the circle of influence, the things that we can control alone, automatically the inner circle expands and the outer circle becomes smaller, or the things which are not in our control, the things that are causing us concern, will become smaller. தமிழ்ல மறுபடி சொல்றேன். இப்ப உள்ள இருக்கிற வட்டம் வந்து நம்ம கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ணக்கூடிய விஷயங்கள். ஒரு பிரச்சனைன்னு வருது. ஓகே, இந்த பிரச்சனையில எந்த விஷயங்கள் என்னால ஹேண்டில் பண்ண முடியும், என்னால கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியும் அப்படிங்கறது நம்ம ஃபோக்கஸ் பண்ணோம்னா, சோ அந்த விஷயமே பெருசாகி நம்ம எது நம்மளால கண்ட்ரோல் பண்ண முடியாதோ அந்த விஷயங்கள் வந்து சுருங்கிடும். சோ இன்னொரு சர்க்கிள் பாத்தீங்கன்னா அப்படியே ஆப்போசிட். ஐயோ, இது என்னால முடியலையே, இது என்னால பண்ண முடியாதே, இப்ப லாக்டவுன்ல மாட்டிக்கிட்டேனே, என்னால எதுவுமே பண்ண முடியாதே. சோ நம்மளால லாக்டவுன், getting stuck at home is one example of things which is beyond our control, correct? நம்மளால நினைச்சா திடீர்னு மாத்த முடியாது. இது நடந்துருச்சு, we have to face a situation. அதுல நம்ம கண்ட்ரோல்ல என்ன இருக்கு? சரி, நம்ம புதுசா ஒண்ணு கத்துக்கலாம், இல்ல இந்த மாதிரி வெபினார் அட்டெண்ட் பண்ணலாம், இந்த whatever best we can do in this, whatever is within our control, if we focus, we will be able to handle things with these, the things that which are beyond our control. So the left picture is called the proactive focus and the right picture is called the reactive focus. So I certainly want to share an experience which I had in a webinar very recently. What happened, the webinar started and my video was on, but I was not being seen by the participants. I really do not know why. So probably that particular day, people say there was a Zoom technical problem worldwide and a lot of weekend classes are happening on the Zoom. So probably there was a lot of traffic jam. So people continuously, my well-wishers kept on saying, Uma, please click the video icon. I am saying it is on, and my PPT was not also being seen. So people were thinking I'm not sharing my PPT. And when I tried to switch over to a video also, it was not working. So from my end, everything is on. I have enabled everything, but still it was not working. But from the participants' end, they are not able to view anything. They are assuming that either I have not done something which is causing this hindrance. So it was, the situation was a bit difficult. So at that, I mean, it was really a stressful situation for me. But then I decided to myself, what is in my control to proceed with the webinar, and the organizers also took a wise decision to continue the webinar just with the audio. So the entire 1.5 hours webinar happened without sharing my PPT and without my audio for almost 1.5 hours. So in any situation, these happen suddenly. We never know when such technical problems will come. So in any situation, we have to quickly find out what is within our control and try to proceed with the action. So being proactive is about planning ahead of schedule. It's about, I can say in one word, plan, pre-plan. So by being proactive, we are able to go ahead of the schedule, and pending வேலைகள் ரொம்ப கம்மியா இருக்கும். And we will be okay. This proactive person, always best performers are considered, I mean, proactive people turn out to be very best performers, and peace of mind is also guaranteed when we are proactive, because we have planned effectively and we are confident how we can take things on. When we are not proactive and when we are going to react to given situations, what happens? We tend to go behind the schedule and we tend to accumulate pending tasks. We may be, whatever we do may end up as a failure probably, and we may get tensed and may not have peace of mind. Okay, so being proactive is one habit, and the other one is begin with the end in mind. So this is what I said. நம்ம எங்க போறேனே தெரியாம, கண் போன போக்கிலே கால் போகலாமா, கால் போன போக்கிலே மனம் போகலாமான்னு போயிட்டே இருந்தா நம்ம எங்க போவோம்னு எப்படி தெரியும்? So it's always good to have a clear goal. Goal doesn't pertain to students alone. Every individual at every stage in life need to have a goal. For example, a mother planning what to cook for tomorrow is also her goal. She wants to do something for her family which she thinks is her top priority, her responsibility. So what we plan to do, from every small thing we do, we have to have clear planning and clear vision of what we are going to do and where we are going to reach. So generally for students, we always ask them to think while doing the goal setting where they want to be 5 years ahead. So now to the participants, let me ask a question. Kindly type your answers in the chat. 5 years down the lane, 5 years down the lane, what is that goal that you want to achieve? So I'm waiting to see some of your answers in the chat. 5 years down the lane, what is it that you want to achieve? I should be financially independent. Very good. Full-fledged training center. Excellent, Kamraj. Varun wants to become financially independent. Financial stability. To finish my post-graduation. Peaceful retirement. Being a better teacher. Become a global trainer. Subhashri, excellent. Successful entrepreneur. Gets to be settled nicely. I want to be a crorepati. Wow. Have a LMS, finish my doctorate, all the best, make my sales academy, happy person on every day, entrepreneur in pharma industry. Dharani, I want to have my own counseling center. Yes, you will. Mahesh Babu, I want to escalate in my career to my next position. Okay. So I'm able to see quite a few, a real change leader. Bhuvaneshwar, Anita, all the best. Certainly, if you are focused on the goals and if you are able to plan with things in mind, we can achieve what we want to achieve. Oh God, somebody else typed and I skipped it. Srinivas, counseling psychologist. Okay, just typing is idea. Be an independent, taking more of commitments. Okay, fine. Sajit, all the best. Okay, good. Would like to connect 2,500 salespeople. Wow, Karthikeyan sir, you will. Okay, real change leader. Excellent. Okay, so I think I have read and acknowledged the goals of everyone. So like this, each one of us have to introspect and think what is it that we want to achieve 5 years down the lane, then reduce it to 1 year down the lane, what I want to achieve. And when we have a long-term goal, it is always good to break it into fragments of after 2 years, what is the stage I want to be, and in 1 year, where should I have reached, and in 6 months, what I should have reached. To reach that, what is the step that I need to take now? Okay, so this is another example for our activity for goal. After 10 years, a newspaper decides to do a story about you. Probably every participant is becoming a very popular person. They interview 4 people about you, or forget about interviewing by a newspaper. After 10 years, people known to you, your friends or family, when somebody inquires about you, what would you want them to say about you? ஓகே 10 வருஷம் கழிச்சு நம்மளை பத்தி உங்க கூட அன்னைக்கு வேலை பார்த்தாங்களே இல்ல உங்க கூட படிச்சாங்களே அவங்க இப்ப எப்படி இருக்காங்க என்ன பண்ணிட்டு இருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு உங்களை பத்தி கேட்கும் பொழுது 10 இயர்ஸ்க்கு அப்புறம் அவங்க உங்களை பத்தி என்ன சொல்லணும் அப்படின்னு நீங்க நினைக்கிறீங்க? Can I have some views? So we saw about 5 years. Some for some it may be the same, and for it can even be different perspectives. So when others talk about you after 10 years, what is that you want to achieve that people close to you will have to say about you? Can I have some views? Making difference in people's lives, transformed human. They should talk about my success. Very good, Varun. Change enabler, excellent. That's a very powerful terminology. Change enabler, okay. What else? After 10 years, when people have to refer and mention about me, wonder about my success. Yes, Lakshmi Priya, it will happen. Touching lives, remembering me with a smile. Yes, Deepa, it will happen. Inspiration. Many could realize inner happiness is in presence. Yes. I should be a role model for others. Excellent, Smita. I should talk about my commitment. Yes. People should talk about your commitment. Yes. Narayanan sir, she was useful and helpful to others. Thank you so much. Role model to next generation. Yes. Organizations made a turnaround. Yes. Okay. Excellent facilitator. Yes. iPhone, I'm not able to see the name. Fine. So like this, each one of us should have the clear goal, or we should know really where we want to reach. So we need to have the end in mind. And before we start something, we should have the end in mind. And next is, if you want to be truly effective, always put things first. This is about prioritization. In my earlier session also, I spoke about my favorite story of the golf balls. And this prioritization grid, everyone is aware of. Whether we are following it is a question mark. So let me try to remind it, and it's a reminder to myself also. Whenever we have a lot of things to do, let us classify them, what are important and what are urgent. Important and urgent needs to be attended to immediately. Not urgent, but it is important, maybe postponed to 1 or 2 days later. Not important, but urgent. உடனே பண்ணணும் பட் அவ்வளவு முக்கியம் இல்லை அப்படிங்கிறது வேற யாராவது ஹெல்ப் எடுத்துக்கலாம். We can try to designate it to somebody or delegate it to somebody or take help from others to do it or even outsource it. Not important and not urgent, naturally there will be a lot of telephone calls which will be so many things which are of no use to ourselves and as well as to people around us. We can ignore them. So this is about the prioritization grid. It's a reminder for those who know, and an information for those who are seeing it for the first time. And the golf ball story, the video last time I played, so let me not repeat it, but for those who are attending this time, I happily would like to explain this. A time management professor has an empty jar on the table, and he tries to fill the jar with the golf balls. So and the jar full and the balls open and the jar is the jar full. The students say, yes, sir, it is full. Then he tries to fill the jar with the pebbles, the small size stones, and he shakes the jar. The pebbles move between the spaces of the golf balls and settle in the jar. Then he pours a sand into the jar and shakes it. The jar also settles. So each time he lifts the jar and asks the students, is it full? Is it full? They are surprised. Oh my God, first when the balls were filled itself, we said it was full. He's trying to fill it further. Yes, sir, it is full. It cannot contain anything else. Then finally, he pours a glass of water into it and shakes the jar. The water also settles into the jar. The jar is now full. So this jar is like our life, the time available in our life are the 24 hours that we have. And the golf balls are our top priorities. Number one priorities, which definitely will change from stage to stage or phase to phase in life. For a student, if you ask him what is his top priority, what will be his top priority? What will be a student's top priority? Can you type in the chat? What will be a student's top priority? Today, a health checkup may not be urgent but important. Okay, correct. Okay, for a student, good character may be the top priority to study and focus on their career, finishing the assignments. Yes, I'm sure he must be a college student. Achieve results, career. So for a student, scoring best or scoring high and to move towards his career or towards the next higher education will be his top priority. Next, when we get into a job, what will be our top priority? It will be about our promotion or increment or the performance appraisal, etc. So at every stage in life, our top priorities will change. Sometimes it will be like buying a house. Sometimes it may be self-health or the health of a person at home. And next, pebbles are the next level of priorities in life. So which may be about the day-to-day routines. And then the sand will be about the social commitments that we have to keep in touch with people, interact with people, explore further opportunities, etc. And finally, water is about the time for leisure activities or entertainment. So in a lighter sense, we used to say, if we are able to manage our golf balls, pebbles, and the sand, we always have time for a glass of wine. So now in this activity, if you try to change the order, fill the jar with the water first, then the sand, then the pebbles, and then the golf ball, or in any order, if we change, it cannot contain. So is our life or the time available in our life. Unless we are able to put first things first, we will not be able to manage time effectively. So today, we can once again, I'm sure all of us must have done this list, to-do list, and in the to-do list, let us select or choose what are our golf balls, what are our pebbles, what are our sand, and what is the water aspect. So we should always be at every stage in life be conscious about our golf balls. Here, when we talk about the time management or putting first things first, we should keep in mind some of the time wasters. These are some things which we miss out. Unknowingly, certain things will be stealing away our time, like staying for a long time on the social media. If you get into the WhatsApp or the Facebook, it continues to eat away our time. And if you sit to watch a movie, almost 2 to 3 hours goes. So when we have too many things in mind, we should allocate time clearly and put first things first. So we need to prioritize. Next is about think win-win. So whatever we do, we should keep in our mind that while we win, we should also enable others win. And I always like the statement, live and let live. While we live, we have to live, we have to live a successful life. We should also help others to lead a successful life. So to explain about win-win situation, it is certainly pertinent to explain the assertiveness concept. So assertive behavior is about win-win, but to understand what is assertive, we need to know what is submissive behavior and what is aggressive behavior. So submissive behavior, I think I explained the other day, is about lose win. நான் தோத்தாலும் பரவாயில்ல நீங்க ஜெயிச்சா போதும். எனக்கு இது தெரியாது, நீங்க எப்படி சொல்றீங்களோ ஓகே அப்படின்னு மத்தவங்களுக்கு நம்ம சப்மிசிவா போறது. The other aspect is aggressive. Come what may, I have to win. Even if you lose, you get hurt, I don't mind. At any cost, I have to win. So that is, I am okay. Even if you're not okay, it's okay. I have to be okay. இது வந்து aggressive behavior. I am not okay, but still if you are okay, it's fine. அப்படின்னு சொல்றது submissive behavior. So இது ரெண்டுமே அவ்வளோ healthy pattern கிடையாது. So it's always good to practice a win-win situation, which is called the assertive behavior, where we focus on I am okay, you are also okay. So in assertive behavior, we focus on both the needs. Focusing only on our needs is the aggressive behavior. Focusing on others' needs is passive behavior or the submissive behavior. While focusing on win-win situation for both is called the assertive behavior. So we should always have the win-win thought in mind. So this is called the assertiveness grid. I am okay, you are okay. So ரெண்டு பேருக்கும் எது சூட்டபிளா இருக்கோ நம்ம அது பண்ணலாம் அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறது assertive thought. How to become assertive? So in any discussion or situation, we should acknowledge other person's point of view also. நிறைய நேரம் என்ன ஆகும், நான் சொல்றதையே சொல்லிட்டு இருக்கேன், எல்லாருமே நான் அவங்க சொல்றதே சொல்லுவாங்க, மத்தவங்க சொல்றதே கேட்க மாட்டாங்க, நான் சொல்றதுதான் செய்யணும் அப்படின்னு இருப்பாங்க. That's aggressive behavior. So it's always good to acknowledge, ஓஹோ நீங்க இப்படி நினைக்கிறீங்களா, சரி ஓகே, நான் என்ன நினைக்கிறேன்னா இப்படி பண்ணா இன்னும் பெட்டரா இருக்கலாமா, இப்படி பண்ணா நம்ம இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் ஒரு 2 நாள் முன்னாடியே முடிச்சிடலாமா. சோ அந்த மாதிரி நம்மளுடைய சஜஷனோடைய கான்சிக்வன்ஸ் பெனிஃபிட்ஸும் நம்ம எக்ஸ்பிளைன் பண்ணா, எக்ஸ்பிரஸிங் அவர் ஃபீலிங்ஸ் அண்ட் ஆல்சோ த பெனிஃபிட் டு எவ்ரி ஒன் இன்வால்வ், இப்படி சொல்லும் பொழுது அது வின் வின் சுச்சுவேஷனா மாறும். இஃப் வி வாண்ட் டு be able to influence others, seek first to understand and then be understood. But are we doing it? Deepest need of any human soul பாத்தீங்கன்னா to be understood. ஐயோ நான் சொல்றது யாராவது கேட்க மாட்டாங்களா, நான் சொல்றது யாராவது புரிஞ்சுக்க மாட்டாங்களா அப்படின்னு நினைக்கிறவங்க எவ்வளவு பேர் இருக்கலாம். நிறைய பேர் நான் சொல்லும்போது மைண்ட் வாய்ஸ் பண்ணி கூட இருக்கலாம். To truly understand, we must listen to more than talking. So எல்லாருக்குமே தெரியும் கம்யூனிகேஷன்ல மோஸ்ட் எஃபெக்டிவ் ஆஸ்பெக்ட் என்னன்னு பார்த்தா லிசனிங் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். So seek first to understand, then to be understood. We need to listen to others without interrupting. நிறைய பேருக்கு இது ஒரு கெட்ட பழக்கமா இருக்கு. ஒருத்தர் பேசிட்டே இருக்கும்போது நடுவுல இன்டரப்ட் பண்ணி பேசுவாங்க. அவங்க பேசி முடிக்கவே விட மாட்டாங்க. அதுக்குள்ள நம்ம ஒண்ணு சொல்ல, ஐயோ நான் என்ன சொல்ல வந்தேனே எனக்கு மறந்து போச்சு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. அப்படி இல்லாம தடை இல்லாம அவங்களோட கருத்தை அவங்க சொல்றதுக்கு நம்ம இடம் கொடுக்கணும். And in webinars, generally we raise our hand when we want to say something, or even in a classroom, that is a discipline taught to the students. I try to understand other people's views and feelings, even if they are different from mine. சரி நான் சொல்றதுக்கு டோட்டலி டான்ஜென்ஷியலா அவங்க சொன்னாலும் பரவாயில்ல, அவங்க என்னதான் சொல்றாங்கன்னு கேட்போம். மேபி நம்ம பார்க்காத ஒரு பாதையை அவங்க பார்த்து அதனால நம்ம வேலையை சீக்கிரம் முடிக்கிறது கூட வாய்ப்பு இருக்கு இல்லையா? சோ அதனாலயாவது நம்ம மத்தவங்க சொல்றத கொஞ்சம் காது கொடுத்து கேட்கலாம். Most people do not listen with the intent to understand, they listen with the intent to reply. ஸ்டீஃபன் கோவே சொல்லியிருக்காரு. இது ரொம்ப நிறைய கான்வர்சேஷன்ஸ்ல நடக்கிறது. ஒருத்தவங்க பேசும்போது நம்ம கவனிக்கிறோம், அவங்க சொல்றத புரிஞ்சுக்க கவனிக்கிறோமா, இல்ல அவங்க சொல்றதுக்கு கவுண்டர் பதில் கொடுக்கறதுக்காக கவனிக்கிறோமான்னு நல்லா பார்த்தோம்னா நிறைய நேரத்துல நம்ம பதில் சொல்றதுக்காக தான் பிறர் பேசுறத கவனிக்கிறோம். So we should give due importance to others' thoughts and try to listen to them. So different levels of listening. பார்த்தா ஒண்ணு டோட்டலா ஒருத்தர் சொல்றத சிலர் கண்டுக்கவே மாட்டாங்க. என்னமோ சொல்லிட்டு போ எனக்கு என்ன அப்படின்னு டோட்டலி இக்னோர் பண்றது ஒரு வகை. நெக்ஸ்ட் pretend as though they are listening, கவனிக்கிற மாதிரி சொல்லுவாங்க, நான் என்ன சொன்னேன் கடைசியா சொன்னேன்னு சொல்லுங்க அப்படின்னு நாங்க திருப்பி சொல்லு அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. So some people pretend as though they are listening. சிலர் பாத்தீங்கன்னா செலக்டிவா கேட்பாங்க. தனக்கு என்ன வேணுமோ, நீங்க குழந்தைங்க எல்லாம் பாருங்க, நீங்க நிறைய சொன்னீங்கன்னா அவங்கள எந்த வீக்கெண்ட் எங்க கூட்டிட்டு போறேன்னு சொல்றீங்களோ அவங்களுக்கு என்ன தேவையோ அதை மாத்திரம் அவங்க கேட்டுக்குவாங்க. தட் இஸ் செலக்டிவ் லிசனிங். நெக்ஸ்ட் இஸ் அட்டென்டிவ் லிசனிங், ரொம்ப உன்னிப்பா கவனிக்கிறது. அண்ட் ட்ரைங் டு ரிலேட் இட் டு அவர் ஓன் எக்ஸ்பீரியன்சஸ். ஸோ தட் இஸ் அட்டென்டிவ் லிசனிங். நமக்கு தேவையானதை மாத்திரம் எடுத்துட்டா அதுல வந்து நம்மளோட எக்ஸ்பீரியன்சஸை கம்பேர் பண்ணி பாக்குறது. அண்ட் த பெஸ்ட் திங் இஸ் எம்பத்தட்டிக் லிசனிங், listening and responding with both the heart and the mind to understand their point of view. So empathy is nothing but stepping into the other shoes, understanding their emotions and feelings as though it is ours. So we need to be very genuine listeners than talkers. So when somebody is talking, we have to listen with open eyes, heart and ears. காதால மட்டும் கேட்காம நம்ம மனசாலையும் கேட்கணும், கண்ணாலையும் கேட்கணும். என்ன அர்த்தம்? நம்ம undivided attention we have to give to others, maintain eye contact, acknowledge when they are talking and feel their emotions. அப்படி இருந்தா இப்படி சொல்லும் பொழுது அவங்க எப்படி ஃபீல் பண்றாங்க. We can even acknowledge saying, I understand how you feel about the situation. I know you are upset. அப்படின்னு சொல்றது empathetic listening or empathetic response. And the next one is synergize. Synergize, as I said, is about teamwork. By treating others with openness, accepting others together. So synergy happens when a group of people work together to come up with more effective solution than just trying to solve it. So நம்மளே பண்றதுக்கு பதிலா எல்லாரையும் இன்வால்வ் பண்ணி பண்றது ஒரு synergy ஏற்படுது. To better understand what synergy is, it's good if we understand what synergy is not. Synergy is nothing about celebrating the differences. I am thinking in one way, you are also thinking in a different way, but it is okay in all other aspects. We are able to sail along. So it is okay. We say agree to disagree. So நிறைய விஷயங்கள்ல கருத்து வேறுபாடுகள் இருந்தாலும் நிறைய விஷயங்கள்ல கருத்து ஒருமித்து சில விஷயங்கள்ல நமக்கு கருத்து மாறுபட்டிருந்தால் it is okay. இந்த ஒரு விஷயத்துல நமக்கு ஒத்து போலனா பரவாயில்ல, நம்ம வந்து let us complete this task. So it is okay to agree to disagree. ஓகே, நம்ம இந்த ஒரு விஷயத்துல நமக்கு ஒத்து போலனா பரவாயில்ல அப்படின்ட்டு நம்ம கண்டினியூ பண்றது அது ஒரு வகை. டீம் ஒர்க், ஒர்க்கிங் as a team with open mind. ஓகே, நீங்க எப்படி சொல்றீங்களோ நம்ம அப்படி பண்ணலாம், ரெண்டு பேரும் நம்ம பெஸ்ட் ஐடியாஸ் போட்டு இது நமக்கு சிறப்பா செஞ்சு முடிக்கலாம் அப்படின்னு சொல்றது ஒரு வகை. ஃபைண்டிங், so it helps us find out new and better ways of accomplishing a task. What synergy is not is about, okay, celebrating differences. டாலரேட்டிங்னா ஓகே, நீ இப்படி பண்ற எனக்கு சரி டாலரேட் பண்ணி சிலர் போவாங்க, சிலர் டாலரேட்டே பண்ண மாட்டாங்க, ரியாக்டிவா இருப்பாங்க. ஒர்க்கிங் இண்டிபெண்டன்ட்லி, ஸோ மற்றவங்க வந்து வித்தியாசமா பண்றாங்க, இது எனக்கு சரி வராதுப்பா, நானே எல்லாம் பார்த்துக்கிறேன், நானா செஞ்சுக்கிறேன் அப்படின்றது சினர்ஜி கிடையாது. திங்கிங் ஆல்வேஸ் தட் வி ஆர் ரைட் இஸ் நாட் சினர்ஜி. அண்ட் ஆல்சோ காம்ப்ரமைசிங், என்ன பண்றது நான் விட்டு போறேன் அப்படின்னு சொல்றது கிடையாது. வின்-வின் சிச்சுவேஷன் எல்லாமே பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஒன்னோட ஒண்ணு லிங்க்டா இருக்கு. ஸோ வின்-வின் சிச்சுவேஷன் வந்து சினர்ஜில நமக்கு வரும். நீ சொல்றதும் கரெக்ட், நம்ம ரெண்டு பேரோட பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் வியூவும் வச்சு லெட் அஸ் ட்ரை டு டூ திஸ் டாஸ்க் அப்படின்ட்டு. ஸோ சினர்ஜில வந்து இந்த ஒரு மேஜிக்கல் ஃபார்முலா என்னன்னா, ரெண்டு பேரா தனியா செய்யற ஒரு வேலை இவ்வளவு செய்யறாங்க அப்படின்னா, ஒரு குரூப்ல ரெண்டு பேர் இப்படி செய்யறாங்க, இன்னொரு குரூப்ல ரெண்டு பேர் வேற மாதிரி செய்யறாங்கன்னா, அந்த ரெண்டு குரூப்பும் சேர்ந்து செய்யும் பொழுது the output is even higher. So நீ யோசிக்கலாம், என்ன அது 2 + 2 = 4 தானே, 5 போட்டிருக்காங்க அப்படின்னு யோசிக்கலாம். சோ தனித்தனியா செய்யறதை விட இன்னும் கரெக்டா சொல்லணும்னா 1 + 1 = 3 சொல்லலாம். சோ நான் தனியா செய்யும் பொழுது வர அவுட்புட் 1ஆ இருக்கலாம், இன்னொருத்தர் தனியா செய்யும் பொழுது வர அவுட்புட் 1ஆ இருக்கலாம். ரெண்டு பேரும் சேர்ந்து செய்யும் பொழுது the output will be, the quality of the output will be even better. So synergy is when the total is greater than the individual outputs. So இந்த படத்தை பார்க்கும் பொழுது உங்களுக்கு என்ன ஞாபகம் வருது? Can I have some views on the chat? What comes to your mind when you see the crows? What do you want to say about them? What are their skills? Yes, Karthikeyan sir, 1 + 1 = 3, synergy oriented. Yes. Okay, synergy oriented, cooperative. Yes. காக்கா கூட்டத்தை பாருங்க, அதுக்கு கத்து கொடுத்தது யாருங்க? ஒன்னா இருக்க கத்துக்கணும். யூனிட்டி, எஸ். ஷேரிங், டீம் ஒர்க், இன்டெலிஜென்ஸ், குரூப் மோட். 1 + 1 = 11. Wow. Team. They offer support to others. Exactly. You too come. Correct. சாப்பாடு இருக்கு, முதல்ல தான் சாப்பிடறதுக்கு முன்னாடி குரல் கொடுத்து மத்தவங்களை கூப்பிடும் இல்லையா? So இந்த கூடி வாழறதுக்கு each one looks on different angles. Yes, yes, yes. But still they work as a team. Sharing with others, balance, energize each other. Teamwork and cooperative, Harshita. They also carry and give others. Exactly. So like this, we have lot of things to learn if we observe our fellow beings around us, like so many things. Not only crows, various animals and birds, or even ants teach us a lot of lessons. Okay, so now I am trying to share a PPT or video about teamwork, about the geese. Are you able to see a blue screen, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Blue screen is clear, ma'am. Yeah, it came.
Okay, now the blue screen is clear.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so this is about the story of geese. In between friends and partners, we are like geese. அது என்ன geese அப்படிங்கிறது வாத்து மாதிரி ஒரு பறவை. அதுக்கு கரெக்டா தமிழ்ல என்னன்னு எனக்கு சொல்ல வரல. The next season V shapeல பறக்கும், கூட்டம் கூட்டமா வானத்துல பறக்கும். So the next time when we see geese migrating, going to warmer place, pay attention எப்படி அவங்க பறக்குறாங்க அப்படின்னு பாருங்க. Maybe we'll be interested in knowing why they do it this way. There are a lot of interesting lessons. So by flying in a V formation like this, the whole flock of birds increases their flight efficiency by 71%, it seems, compared to just one bird flying alone. So if flying alone, a bird is able to reach a particular distance in a particular time, flying in a group increases its flight efficiency by 71%. So sharing the same direction and working as a team gets us to the destination quicker than doing a job alone. That is what we learn. When a goose leaves the formation, suppose in the V formation ல இருந்து ஒரு பறவை அதை விட்டு தள்ளி வந்துருச்சுன்னா என்ன ஆகும்? That bird feels the resistance of the air. தனியா அந்த ஃபோர்ஸ்ல தனியா அது வந்து sail பண்ண பறக்கிறதுக்கு கொஞ்சம் கஷ்டமா இருக்கும். So automatically it goes back and joins the team. Quickly comes back and joins the V shape. So here what we understand is by staying in tune with the group and staying united, we are able to sail comfortably than in sailing or flying alone. Next, when the leader goose gets tired, நடக்கலாம் இல்லையா, தலைவருக்கு கூட tiredness வரலாம். So when the leader goose gets tired of leading in the front and flying, what happens? It quickly goes to the end of the V formation while another goose takes the lead. Okay, so இது எவ்வளவு தலைமை பொறுப்புல இருக்கு, எவ்வளவு பேர் இது பண்றாங்க, giving way for others to lead. That's one of the very important quality for a leader to develop more leaders. I still remember one of my bosses always used to keep account on how many leaders he has created. So what we learn here is share the leadership. There must be mutual respect and trust. நம்பிக்கை வேணும், அப்பதான் அவங்கள அந்த ஒரு நாள் முதல்வன் அப்படிங்கிற மாதிரி ஒரு நாள் ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் அசைன்மெண்ட் ஒருத்தர் கொடுத்துதான் பார்ப்போமே. சோ நம்ம வாய்ப்பு மத்தவங்களுக்கு கொடுத்தாதான் அவங்களோட ஸ்கில்ஸ் என்னன்னு புரியும். So give way for others to lead. Then, so the geese forming in a V formation, they keep quacking to encourage to the ones in the front. Quack, 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 சத்தம் போட்டுட்டே பறக்குமா. சோ நீங்க இந்த கேரளால படகு போட்டியிலையும் பாத்தீங்கன்னா ஐலசா சத்தம் போட்டுட்டே போவாங்க. எதுக்காக? So that rhythmic pattern of shouting encourages others to maintain the speed. So like this, the V formation flying geese also keep quacking continuously to keep encouraging the leaders or the birds which are flying in the front. So what we learn is when there is courage and encouragement, the progress is better and greater. So a timely word of encouragement, are we giving it to people around, people at home, to ourselves, to motivate people around? So let us remember every day to keep motivating people around us, including people at home, our children. Next situation, when a goose gets sick, what happens? The V formation la ஒரு goose வந்து திடீர்னு உடம்பு முடியாம போலாம் இல்லையா? So when a goose gets tired and sick, is injured, what they do? So he has to leave the V formation because he cannot maintain that pace. He is feeling feverish, throat pain, some symptoms, he is scared. So he gets out of the V formation. What happens? Other birds they do not leave the sick bird alone. So the two birds, at least two birds or one bird accompany this sick bird and tries to stay with it till it comes out of its ailment, after which it either joins back the original V formation as a group, or it tries to create a separate V. So the lesson we learned here is, let us stay beside each other in times of difficulties, no matter what the difference is. Particularly in times of difficulty and great challenges, we need to be available for others. நல்ல நேரத்துல கூட இல்லாட்டியும் பரவாயில்ல, கஷ்டமான நேரத்துல நம்ம எப்பவுமே மத்தவங்களுக்கு துணையா இருக்கணும். These are some of the lessons that we learned from the geese. Now let me go back to, is the PPT visible now? Sir?
Yes, ma'am. It's visible, ma'am.
Okay. So about synergy and group work or teamwork, we learned from the goose or the V formation, the V flying geese. And the last one and the most important is sharpening the saw, which is why Mr. Stephen Covey has kept it at the end. Sharpening the saw is nothing but sharpening our skills. It is about renewal of all dimensions of an individual: physical, we have to keep improving ourselves through exercise, nutrition, stress management. Spiritual improvement should be there. Mental improvement should be there. So mental health, spiritual health, physical health, and social aspects, all aspects we need to keep improving ourselves. So at the cost of repetition, let me say that this lockdown period is the best time for us to sharpen the saw. And I also want to repeat that all of us are already into it by educating ourselves, learning ourselves, updating ourselves. So there is an interesting story here. A hardworking young man was engaged. மரத்தெல்லாம் வெட்டுறதுக்கு, காட்டுல போய் மரத்தெல்லாம் வெட்டுறதுக்கு ஒரு மனிதனுக்கு வேலை கொடுத்தாங்க. The first day he cut 7 trees in 8 hours. So in 8 hours he could cut 7 trees. The next day he managed to cut only 5, though he worked the same 8 hours. And the third day he cut only 3 trees in the same 8 hours, and the fourth day it came down to 1. So every day his efficiency kept reducing. Puzzled why his performance is reducing every day, he was upset himself. So the woodcutter went and approached his boss, his supervisor or his well-wisher, and asked, what's happening? Every day the same number of 8 hours I'm working, but the number of trees that I'm cutting are reducing. Why? So the supervisor asked, when was the last time you sharpened your axe? So அந்த ஆக்ஸே வந்து ஷார்ப்பா இல்லாம நம்ம எனர்ஜி எல்லாம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணி, டைம் ஸ்பெண்ட் பண்ணி, கட் பண்ணி, எஃபர்ட் எடுத்து யூஸே இல்லை இல்லையா? So before getting into any action, we have to sharpen the axe, sharpen the skills, update ourselves, and then get into action. So Abraham Lincoln also said, so அவர் சொன்னா கண்டிப்பா நம்பலாம் இல்லையா? If I had 8 hours to chop down a tree, I would spend 6 hours sharpening my axe. Very powerful statement. So if we have to perform something, we have to take a lot of time in equipping ourselves, planning before executing. So this lockdown period, I want to repeat, is the best time to sharpen our axes. So we can, what the action we want to take is, it differs from individual to individual. நம்ம என்ன அச்சீவ் பண்ணணும்னு நினைக்கிறோமோ, கண்டிப்பா லாக்டவுன் முடிஞ்சதுக்கு அப்புறமா அந்த வேலையில இறங்குறதுக்கு இப்பவே நம்மளுடைய திறமைகளை நம்ம ஷார்பன் பண்ணிக்கலாம். We can improve and keep ourselves updated. சரி, எப்படி ஒரு ஹேபிட்டை டெவலப் பண்ணலாம்? 7 நல்ல ஹேபிட் என்னன்னு சொல்லிட்டீங்க. சரி, எப்படி ஹேபிட் டெவலப் பண்ணலாம்னா இதுதான் ஹேபிட் லூப் அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவோம். So how to pick up a good habit? First, நமக்கு ஒரு ரிமைண்டர் தேவை. For example, I want to go for walk daily. Okay, now we cannot go on the roads freely, maybe in the terrace or around the apartment or wherever possible. So we have to keep a reminder. Probably when my neighbor is going for the walk can be a reminder to me, or when my husband or my sister or brother or somebody in my family is going for the walk, that can be a reminder to me, or I can keep a reminder for myself in my mobile also. So you can keep one trigger as your reminder to start that habit every day. Second, make it the routine. So generally we say 21 days, if we start practicing a particular action, it becomes a habit. So routine, we have to necessarily take action every day. So every day we have to remind ourselves. Reminder also should become a routine, and it should become a habit in itself. And to make it a routine, and every day whenever நாளைக்கு பார்த்துக்கலாம், ஓ இன்னைக்கு நடக்காட்டி பரவாயில்ல, 2 நாளா நேத்து நடந்தோம் இன்னைக்கு வேண்டாம். So our mind tends to give excuses for not doing certain things, in which cases what we can do, we can keep telling ourselves, okay, if I do this, this is going to be the benefit. So if we are very clear about the reward from the habit that we are going to pick up, we keep a reminder for ourselves and we practice it for 21 days, it becomes a habit. Okay. So now tell me, what are the new habits that you are going to start picking up from today, or maybe from tomorrow? Why tomorrow? It's not நாளை நம்ம சொல்லக்கூடாது. From today, what are the good habits that you want to pick up for yourself? Can I see some answers on the chat, please? புது பழக்கங்கள் என்னென்ன நான் தொடங்க போகிறேன்? Wake up at 6 a.m. Yes, I too want to. The lockdown has made us really lazy and out of the schedule. Stop procrastinating. Very good. Prepare for virtual classes. Yes. Walking. To eat healthy food. Wake up at 4:30. Ujjwala, very good. Great. Daily 30 minutes exercise. Yes, sir. You're already fit. Proactive approach. Yes. Take charge of all my actions. Theedum nandrum pirattara vara. Reading novels. Daily meditation 30 minutes. Avoid procrastination. Yes. Procrastination is the thief of time. I already wake up at 5 a.m. daily. Oh, very good, Ujjwala. Reading books. First things first. Yes, Krishna Sendil, I'm good. You picked up that habit. Daily reading. Acquire new skills. Smita says, yes, Smita, whatever new skill you want to acquire, plan how to. Fatima T, read 10 pages a day. Yes, Fatima, you can. Kartikeyan sir, before going to bed, self-introspection, very important. And also, while we do the introspection on a particular day before going to bed, we are also able to plan for the next day in a better manner. What we have missed today, let us plan in a better way for the next day. Okay. Then doing self-actualization, Krishna. Gratitude morning and night. Yes, very, very important. When we get up in the morning, we can thank God for giving us the day. And before going to bed, we can thank for all the good things or for keeping us healthy and live the whole day. Doing self-actualization. Krishna Sendil. Okay, good. So I am happy that quite a few are planning to pick up a good habit. Okay, so plan what all things we want to learn in this lockdown period. Okay, so this lockdown period, if we look at it in a positive way, is definitely a time given to us on hand by God to focus on things which we really want to achieve. So lockdown, lot of people have learned a lot of new skills. You can learn a new language, you can learn a new skill, you can maybe even learn a new instrument. Every class is happening online. So many are giving knowledge for free. So make the time absolutely useful, and not to make ourselves indispensable, please teach all the skills to all members at home also, particularly to the children. Okay, Krishna Sendil, when will be your next session? I'm really not sure. Let us see. 7 habits sums up the whole key to life success. Yes, Kartikeyan sir. So that brings me to the end of today's presentation. So generally, we gun timing super presentation. Thank you, Narayanan sir. How to know about your session? Okay, you can be in touch with Mile Foundation for programs they organize, or let me type my mobile number here. You can be in touch with me on WhatsApp. I can definitely keep you posted. I have typed it here, 98407 30530. Thank you, Lakshmi. So the very purpose was, the book is available, the concept is available, but I wanted to break it down and make it as simple as possible, so that all of us can feel that we can seriously pick up the 7 habits. It's not a Herculean task. That was the purpose of choosing the topic and the purpose of making it very simple. Thank you, Dharani. Okay, if some of you have any questions, you can ask now.
Ma'am, before we move on to the question, we'd like to get the feedback
Yes, sir.
of the audience, ma'am. Dear friends, we'll just activate a poll. We just wanted to answer the questions asked there. It's a simple poll asking about the feedback. Yeah, you can answer it now. Hey, phone.
Saying thank you is also a good habit. Pick up that habit and thank everyone who we come across, even a cab driver, an auto driver, or even to people at home who are helping us, who are making the food for us. Thank the mother, thank your father for providing you all the comforts. Thank your friends and relatives for the affection they are showing. So whoever we come across, it's always good to thank
Hello,
them.
madam.
Gratitude really improves the quality of life. Gratitude.
We can proceed with the Q&A. Any questions, you can please.
Any questions you want to ask, you can. You need to take the help of.
A very happy evening, ma'am. I'm Padmesh from Hosur.
Yes, Mr. Padmesh.
I have read this book a few years ago, but
Okay.
As we say, you tend to forget things, and this session was very simple, and you brought out all the memories, and it was very simple terms explained, and it was very good, ma'am. It was a refreshing session for me, and the way you brought it out was really great. Thank you so much. Wishing you all the very best, and thanks to Mail Foundation for organizing such a beautiful sessions on a daily basis. Thank you, sir. Thank you, DND, and thank you, Jagannathan, sir.
Thank you, sir. That was a very purpose to make it simple and make everyone believe that we also can practice these 7 habits, effective habits, and achieve success. So it's not a magic or miracle. Each one of us can definitely practice the effective habits and become effective. Any other question or feedback?
A very happy evening, Uma ma'am.
Karthikeyan, sir, I'm able to recognize your voice.
Yeah,
Good evening.
this is Karthikeyan. A very good evening. At the outset, thank you so much, for taking the time out and give this wonderful 7 habits. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
So the way you elucidated so lucidly, habit by habit, with specific examples, was so appealing, and I think very, very inspiring.
Thank you so much for your kind words. You yourself are a great trainer. Thank you so much.
Very humble, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Yeah, someone had asked about further information regarding forthcoming programs. I'm just pasting a link to a WhatsApp group. It is a WhatsApp group which we are controlling. Like you can, if you want to get more information about our further programs, you can just join that WhatsApp group. It's not a discussion group, but it will be one way where we'll be sending you the communication. So the link is also put over there. In case you want something else also, you can just join the group and put across your requirements. So what we do is normally like we identify speakers based on the inputs. So if you look into today's program, this is a series where ma'am has spoken for the second time in our program. So what happens is like we get the feedback and we had come out with the topic called Empower Her, especially focusing on ladies. But we also kept the audience in mind where the examples will be fitting and suitable for all the age group and the genders. So we come out with different concepts, again, purely based on the audience feedback. So Any feedback, you can just leave it in the WhatsApp group also. Ma'am has also given her number. You can be in touch with her also. Any questions? We'll take up one or two.
Thank you so much.
Meanwhile-
Besides thanking Uma ma'am, thank the organizer also.
Yeah, thanks, Mr.
Your
Karthik.
good name, sir? Your good name, you said, sir?
My name is Jagannathan.
Mr. Jagannathan, it's very nice of you, yeah, for coordinating this session and so beautifully summing up, yeah.
Thank you.
Meanwhile, thank you, Lakshmi Priya. Thank you, Dharani. Thank you, Satya, Subhashri, Kandan Patsarathi. I'm happy you're all here. Jay Lakshmi, Kamala Krishnan, Katpadi, Venkatesan. Thank you so much for all your feedbacks and your valuable time. So all of us have started sharpening the axe. I'm very
Yes.
sure we can pick up the 7 habits or even more very good habits and turn out to be even more effective soon after the lockdown or even from today, right now. So
Absolutely.
as I said, I would like to conclude saying that gratitude is the best habit and it improves the quality of life and makes us optimistic. So I conclude with the habit, my habit of thanking. I have the habit of thanking people always. Thank you so much. Thanks to Mile Foundation for once again for giving this opportunity. And once again, I would like to say I acknowledge and thank every participant who has attended the
nice.
program. Thank you so
Thank you.
much.
While you're
Thank you.
concluding, you
Yes.
have made a beginning to many people. Yeah,
How?
many people now will begin practicing the 7 habits, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
So
There
as
should
you're
be
concluding,
something.
as you're concluding this with gratitude, thanks, and acknowledgement, you helped so many people to commence a new life.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much for adding value.
Thank you, sir.
So thank you, friends. Thank you, Uma ma'am. I should really appreciate your interest in doing the second program. And for people who wanted to have a view at Uma ma'am's first session, you can log on to YouTube channel Mile Foundation, MAYIL.
YAL, okay. That's
Mile,
nice.
And give your
MAYIL.
feedbacks there, please.
You can
Sure.
also leave your feedbacks there. Our previous sessions are there, and all our previous 30 to 35 programs are already there. So you can just have a look. You can also leave your feedback over there. So
Excellent.
friends, thank you for participating today. So we'll be having a program tomorrow at 4. Tomorrow we have 2 programs. We have one program at 4 and another program at 6:30. So please do join in. We'll be sending you our communication. Thank you. Thank you, friends.
Have a
Thank
great
you.
evening. Thank you so much, all.
Again,
who have
sir,
joined.
and also Mr. Vijay, because there was no difficulty and thanks for the effective coordination. I could do it in a very, flawless or in a smooth manner. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Thanks to everyone.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Bye.
It's a great pleasure being part of it.